few seasons. So with that, that's going to be a wrap on our Monday Night Football game from Pittsburgh. I know we had another Monday Night Football game last night with the Panthers and the Saints, but come on, man. We all know that game was more of a game that was on the schedule, and it was good in the sense to see the debut of the number one pick in the draft. But the Panthers are kind of a hopeless team at this point, a work in progress, as I like to say, and that's why we don't need to go too in depthly into that game, because that game kind of went the way that everybody assumed it was going to go. Even though I did have the Panthers winning that game, but all in all, it's all good. We move forward. Let's talk about the most popular man in the college football world, none other than prime time himself, Mr. Deion Sanders, leads his Colorado Buffaloes into his first conference game as their HC. Is it midnight for Cinderella? That's the question. Well, it may be, it may not be, but this team has a lot of questions that have to get answered on Saturday. Are they a team that can play at the elite level? Are they a team that can actually be a player in what now seems to be the toughest conference in America, the Pac 12? The Pac 12 has 8 teams ranked going into this weekend. That's absolutely nuts. You have Colorado, who moved themselves up to number 19. They're going against Oregon, who's the number 11 team in the nation this weekend. So it's our number 10, number 13. I have to recheck, but they are in the top 25 as well too. And so it makes it a very fun weekend for the conference in general, because you have a lot of really good matchups to open up conference play. But you have number 10 Oregon, and they feel like they have to prove a point here. Colorado already knows that they're coming in here with the love of the nation. They've became America's team, or America's most hated team. It doesn't matter what you want to call them. They are must-see TV because the hype that goes into the game and the intensity that Deion's actually coaching with. Deion is really a serious dude when it comes to head coaching his team. I know a lot of people feel like it's all about him and he's just making it all about Deion and the primetime show and what's he selling us. But Deion has a great group of coaches as well, too, that are coaching these guys up. People have to understand 3 head coaches retired from their positions to come be position coaches and coordinators with Deion, just because they knew that this can be a better chance for me to get on with a bigger program, because I'm right here with the guy who's seen as one of the significant coaches in the CFB. And when you're a significant coach in the CFB, that gets other schools excited about poaching away certain coaches and things like that to run their programs. And the way that Deion's running Colorado is a very good example of the future of the NCAA. And pretty much you have a Colorado team that faces their first real adversity of the season. They're about to head into this game without superstar Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter's playing both sides of the ball. He was put out the game because of a lacerated liver, and he tried to keep going, but I knew right when he got hit that he shouldn't be back in that game. It was something that was very serious because he was in a lot of pain after that hit. And I thought it was a broken rib, but it wound up being a lacerated liver. So pretty much he's going to be done for the next month. All right. So people have to just get ready for that fact. Deion said 3 weeks, but most likely the guy's going to be done for a month. This team, when you look at their stats coming into the game, they are absolutely crushing it. You got Shadur Sanders coming in here averaging 417 pass yards per game. He's sitting at 1251 right now. You know he's at the top of the Johnny Unitas award. He's on top for the Heisman right now. Doesn't mean he's going to win these awards, but right now on paper, he does look like the best quarterback in the nation when you look at the stats. Now, he does have a very good room of speed. This is a track type team, and they do loom the danger. This 21-point spread, once again, is very disrespectful in my opinion. I know that Oregon's going to be a tough game for them. But what does who has the most to lose here though? Deion and his group are seen as a group that's not supposed to really be here and be this good. You look at Oregon, Oregon has national championship aspirations. They can be interrupted with a big time effort from Colorado. And when you look at the numbers, who has Oregon played compared to who Colorado has played? Oregon hasn't really played anybody. And Colorado has played against TCU, a team that bounced back pretty well. Next week, they go against an arch rival in Nebraska, who had a defense that can say that they're a top 10 defense, and they absolutely cooked them. And then they come back and they show their grit by coming back and winning a game against a team that they were supposed to absolutely crush, but they're their arch rivals. And their arch rivals took offense to all the attention that they were getting, and it turned into flat out slobber knocker, as my man Keith Jackson would say, and it turned into a classic rivalry game. And that's exactly how it went. So you cannot sit up in here and already just write off Deion and his crew. But at the same time, too, you can say, you know what? I'm getting a little tired of all this attention that they're giving a team that we know is not going to win the national championship this year. But they're going to show great effort in trying to win a national championship this year because Deion believes they can. The team believes they can. The nation doesn't. But in the reality of the situation, and you look at this conference, you know that it's going to be a tough go ahead for this team when you look at the next 3 games on their schedule. And this is going to be the true test to see if Colorado is ready for the big time or if we're just really excited about having a former legend as a head coach doing his thing on the sideline. We'll have to see.